Morning children, Nitu Handa from Dips Haryana. So day before yesterday we were discussing regarding the topic Silk Road. So let's head towards the question answers of the same. NCERT questions, understanding the text. First question. The article has been titled Silk Road. The Silk Road refers to a network of overland routes linking Europe with Asia. This had been the trade route followed by the Europeans since ancient times, who had been a passion for silk, horses, and exotic flora and fauna of the East. It's a thread that links East and West, a network of veins that pumped new lifeblood into the mighty empires, a fabled route trodden by innumerable adventures through the ages. The author, Nick Middleton, in his travelogue, follows the footsteps of the Alexander the Great and the Marco Polo overland from China to the edge of Europe. Hence, it is titled as Silk Road. The reader finds it refreshing to traverse such vast tracts of the natural world that remain largely untamed. So, in this, the author highlights the Silk Road route and the things sold over there. It is known for, the route known for, and he followed the footsteps of the great historians. Okay. But now this area is not as beautiful as it is mentioned in the history. Second question. Tibetan Mastiffs were popular in China imperial courts. Tibetan Mastiffs were popular in China imperial courts as hunting dogs. So Tibetan Mastiffs are called hunting dogs. They were brought along the Silk Road in ancient time. So it was used in ancient time for the trade and payment of tax from Tibet. They were huge black dogs, also used as watchdogs. They exploded into action like bullets when roused. They were furious and fearless. So they were black, furious, fearless, and used as watchdogs. Okay, and they were very ferocious. The author's experience of Hor was at stark contrast to the early accounts of the place. So I have told you earlier also, as it is mentioned in the history, it was a great place. Now it has changed its place. It is not so famous now as it was in early days. According to the earlier accounts, the town on the shore of the Lake Mansarovar abounded in natural beauty. So it was full of natural beauty. A Japanese monk who had been arrived there in 19 was so moved by the sanctity of the lake. So monks were highly inspired by the sanctity of the lake that burst into tears. A couple of years later, the hallowed water had a similar effect on another travelers. Before that, it had an effect. However, now the situation is literally in contrast. It was a grim and miserable place. There was no vegetation whatsoever was there. Vegetation whatsoever, but only dust and rocks, literally scattered with years of accumulated rubbish left by the tourists. So it had its name and fame. It had its beauty in early days. Now in these days it is not properly taken care of. Now the situation is very poor over there, and it is full of rubbish, and it's no more tourist place for the tourists. It's not an attractive place now because there is no cleanliness over there. The author was disappointed with Darshan. The high altitude was giving the author health problem. He had a bad cold and was not able to sleep at night since he was one of the early arrival in the pilgrimage season. Then there were not any pilgrims in the place. The place was dusty, partially derelict, and punctuated by the heaps of rubbles and rubbish left behind by tourists. सो डार्चिन भी बेटा ऐसा ही था, हाई ऑल्टीट्यूड पे था, आपको पता ही है, वहाँ पर ब्रीदिंग प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है हमें, उसके भी बहुत सारे इशू हुए. ही हैड अ बैड कोल्ड, ही couldn't sleep, and he reached early over there. The tourist season hadn't started yet, and there were hardly any pilgrims found over there. And dusty place, derelict means literally neglected place, and there was heaps of garbage and rubbish left behind by tourists. So the cleanliness was not maintained over there by the tourist. Next question is, the author thought that this positive thinking strategy worked well after all. The author was disappointed by Darchin. He also complained about the bad health. Saturn had also left for Lhasa. He was feeling rather alone with no pilgrimage around him. It was then he met Norbu, Tibetan, who was also there to visit Kailash. They would make a great team as both of them were academicians who had escaped from the library. The author started thinking positively, and he gave him some delight and a new enthusiasm. This gave him a delight and a new enthusiasm. So, but he was disappointed. He complained of bad health. Saturn was feeling lonely because Saturn had gone, and the author was feeling lonely because there was no pilgrimage. He found great difficulties over there, and but when he found Norbu over there, Tibetan, he was also there to visit Kailash, and then his thinking changed. He had positive attitude now because both were academician, and they had both were escaped from library. Then the author started thinking like in a healthy way, and he thought he would enjoy the company of the Norbu to complete his Kora.